Hello Internet, I'm Yolimate, and it's that time again. Time for another Death Battle! This time we have Ken Masters versus Terry Bogard. Now, as I should say with all of my reaction videos, please click the link in the description below or click here to go to the actual episode itself. Like, subscribe, all of that stuff, then come back to watch this video. Okay? Good. Support the official release. Okay, now, if you saw my reaction to Cammy vs. Sonya, you'll know that I'm not entirely familiar with Street Fighter. I'm also not too familiar with the SNK fighting series, whether it be Fatal Fury or King of Fighters, that sort of stuff. However, this time's a little different, because I would say out of most of the Street Fighter cast that hasn't been in Death Battle, Ken is the one that I'm probably the most familiar with, and that is probably due to the Assassin's Fist series, along with Ryu's analysis in Ryu vs. Scorpion. Really helps. So, I know Ken was trained by Gouken, the same mentor as Ryu, and Hibiki. So he knows the Shoryuken, the Hadouken, Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, all that good stuff. However, it's also been brought up to me by TK Hulk that unlike Ryu and Dan, and maybe a few other people, Ken actually can't tap into the Satsui no Hado. Which means no Raging Demon. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm part of a podcast called Nerdbender. One of my fellow Nerdbenders, Duo Dreamer, made a prediction video on this fight. And he made it pretty clear that Terry is most likely going to win this. He's familiar with both series. I trusted his judgment completely. But of course, I'll wait to see what Wisdom Boomstick have to say as well. And he did bring up how in his universe Terry defeated the God of War. That is impressive. He also brought up a few other things. I'm having a hard time remembering them off the top of my head. But we'll see. I'm just going to shut up, hit play, watch the analysis, and hope for an awesome fight. One last thing though. If you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know I have a slight feeling on what the next Death Battle might be, and possibly the one after that. So, I'm a tad nervous just for that, because the next one I'm thinking happens to involve one of my favorite characters. But either way, it's a win-win. If it is, I called it, and if it's not, that character stays safe. So, either way, it works out fine for me. I've had this feeling ever since, about before Carolina vs. Meta, I'd say. I'm just gonna shut up and hit play now. This is new. Okay. Don't know what that was.
Hey Wiz, what has blonde hair, wears red, and fights like hell?
Today's fighters?
Yep.
Oh, you guessed it. Ken Masters, the street fighting family man.
And Terry Bogard, the orphan turned king of fighters.
Nice.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Wow. The animation looks good.
As the son of a rich hotel tycoon, young Ken Masters wanted for nothing.
Stupid rich kids, why don't their parents ever teach them any real value? Like squirrel cooking or how to throw a punch.
Well, turns
Okay.
out Ken's an exception. Eager to teach his son some discipline, his father sent him to Japan to train
I loved
in
that
martial
series, it was
arts.
good.
Yeah, turns out Ken's dad was buddies with the master karate hermit Gouken.
He likes pasta.
Who
I like
Ken
pasta.
trained under for a decade,
doesn't?
alongside a young warrior named Ryu.
Under Goken's eye, Ken was taught the ways of the Ansatsuken, or Assassination Fist, albeit Goken's own non-lethal variant.
He learned techniques like the blast of ki energy known as the Hadouken.
I'd
and
love
also
to do
the
that in real life.
Tatsumaki Senpukyaku.
There we go.
Known as the Hurricane Kick, a spinning kick that leaves opponents reeling, but is also pretty good for getting past projectiles.
But the move he excels at the most is the Dragon Fist.
The Shoryuken!
It's a devastating rising uppercut, and Ken's so damn good at it, he can set his whole damn fist up.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was
At his best,
that's
he
the
can
moment.
perform the Shinryuken, or Divine Dragon Fist. Not only is this attack
what's cool,
engulfed
okay.
in flame, it also creates a vacuum effect, drawing opponents
Damn.
in for multiple strikes. The Shinryuken is the most powerful natural form of the Shoryuken technique.
Really?
Well, so long as you're not possessed by evil murder energy,
Oh.
but you should watch Ryu vs. Scorpion to learn all about that.
I've already
With
seen
his
that.
Training complete,
It was good.
Ken returned to America, proving his new discipline and kickassery by winning several fighting tournaments.
Including
Nice.
the premier U.S. martial arts tournament, where he won the finals and met his future
Wow.
wife, Eliza.
Wow, congrats, Ken.
That is certainly what I would call a win.
Proud
Yeah, me
of
too.
his victories, Ken returned to Goken's dojo to tell his former master the good news.
Oh.
But he got there a little too
Oh.
late. Dang, missed out on all the finger painting.
After meeting up with Ryu to mourn their master's apparent death, Ken decided to enter the prestigious World Warrior tournaments, just for the chance to fight Ryu again.
But Ken's
Okay.
always fighting, both in and out of tournaments. He takes on anything from crime lords to professional assassins, and he's strong enough to send a man flying 15 feet in the air with a single punch.
The
Nice.
force of which would definitely kill an average person, which Ken is anything but. He's
Hmm.
strong enough to beat the Dictator Bison with Ryu, and he's fast enough to dodge attacks from Akuma, one of the most powerful
Ah.
characters in the Street Fighter universe.
Yeah.
Then there was his cage match against the claw-wielding Vega, where he punched him so hard he completely reversed the guy's momentum after he leaped from the ceiling.
Jesus.
Doing so after losing tons of blood from dozens of lacerations, and with
Wow.
both of his feet broken and impaled.
Oh.
Considering much of a punch's force comes from the lower half of a person's body, this is practically unbelievable.
Talk
Yeah.
about endurance. I can see how he got his wife. The guy's tough enough to fall over 100 feet into the mud and then just
Wow.
get up more pissed than anything else.
But when it comes down to it, Ken's strongest asset is his conviction to win, only made stronger when it comes to defending his friends.
Though he is pretty cocky, if he's feeling good about a fight, he'll sometimes just laugh at his opponents instead of finishing them off, leaving himself wide
Oh,
open.
that's never
Still,
a good
if you
thing.
enter the ring with Ken Masters, chances are you're gonna get burned.
Okay, they didn't bring out the power of nothingness, so I guess that's not going to come into play. Oh well.
Harry Bogard was born with nothing to his name. Hell, he didn't even have a last name.
Stranded with his brother Andy, Terry grew up an orphan on the dangerous streets of Southtown.
Until they were adopted by
Legendary
Jeff
Hungry
Bogard,
Wolf.
who immediately introduced them to a regimen of bonding and kicking
Hey, he likes
ass.
video games too.
Now that's a good dad.
Just like cigarettes.
Well, until he got murdered.
When he
Ooh.
was only 10 years old, Terry and Andy watched helplessly as their foster father was murdered before their eyes by
Ooh.
Geese Howard, a notorious crime lord. Swearing vengeance, the brothers spent the next decade training to one day take down geese.
What did waterfowl ever do to him?
No, not birds, Geese Howard, the bad guy.
Look, Wiz, I know you're not a poultry scientist degree holder like myself, but you should
I'm
know
glad
that the
they
singular
brought
term
that back
geese
up.
Is goose. It's just common sense.
Let's just move on. As the years went by, Terry became an exceptional martial artist, mastering boxing, karate, kung fu, and kickboxing. He developed an impressive list of techniques, like the burn knuckle, a fierce punch surrounded by energy.
And the crack shoot, a jumping axe kick. Or he can just punch the ground so freaking hard he makes a power wave, where he sends a deadly wave of energy through the earth towards whatever poor bastard he's fighting.
That
But
is
even
pretty
after
cool.
learning all of these, Terry knew he would need more to defeat Geese.
Goose.
No. So he sought out his foster father's old master, who taught him the secret technique of the Hakyoku Seiken, the art of the eight extremities holy fist.
Holy fist, huh? Is that like punching the Jesus into people or something?
No, but he is punching with the power of Earth.
Fire, wind, water, heart, go, Terry! Okay, sorry, couldn't help myself.
Anyway, with Hakyoku Seiken, Terry can literally pull and channel energy from the earth beneath his feet. And with the Earth's chi, he can enhance his attacks to extreme level.
Like turning his ordinary power wave into the monstrously titanic
Jesus.
power geyser.
Apart from that, his Buster Wolf punch puts his Burn Knuckle to shame, and with the Star Dunk Volcano, he slams his foes down in a fiery explosion.
Wow.
So when Terry was ready to take Geese down, he figured what better way than in the worldwide tourney Geese himself was hosting, the King of Fighters tournament.
And in the end, he most certainly got his revenge, in a battle which was apparently so intense, its spectators compared it to a fight between starving wolves, earning Terry the nickname, the Legendary.
Oh, that's how he got it.
Wolf.
Okay.
That's a badass nickname.
It is actually. I'll give him
Turns
that.
out Terry didn't kill Geese hard enough, so he
Oh.
had to do it a second time.
Not that Terry was too weak or anything. For example, in his fight with Jamin, he took a huge explosion in the back, got a car thrown at him, jumped
Ugh.
up an elevator shaft as it was blowing up, got blasted in the face with a wall of fire which smashed him into a concrete wall, and answered by power geysering so hard he wrecked the factory he was standing on.
Wow.
He bled everywhere. But then this chick made him better with a good old strip and cuddle. Oh, and that guy jamming, he's fast enough to catch bullets.
And strong enough to shoot them back. With his fingers.
That reminds me of Raditz from
Good enough for
DBZ.
you? Well, how about the time Terry saved a coworker from 6 falling I-beams by smashing them one by one in midair?
Oh god.
Keep in mind, a single I-beam
That's
is designed to
badass.
support over 3,000 pounds of pressure.
And he took care of it so fast the would-be victim didn't even notice.
It's a bit of a shame then that, at his worst, Terry's a pretty sore loser.
Oh.
Even though his willpower is enough to match the power of Mars, the god of war,
That's who it
an
was.
unexpected
Okay.
failure can still really shake him up.
But when Terry Bogard sets his mind to something, he'd rather bleed out than walk away.
Wow. Alright, I'm getting ready to pause
the
it.
buttons are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, Wiz has got something to tell you about saving time and eating food, so
Hang on.
what's not to love?
Pause. Okay. They brought up a lot of good points. However, I think I'm gonna go with Terry for the victory on this one. I mean, yeah, they did make Ken sound a little bit better for me, but they also did with that with Terry. They both sound extremely endurant, so they sound like they can take a lot of punishment. So they've got that going for both of them. But I don't know. To me, like, some of Terry's moves seem more powerful than Ken's. Also, they brought up how he beat Mars, the god of war, and with Ken, yeah, he defeated Bison, but he did that fighting alongside Ryu, and I can't remember if they said he beat Akuma. He could dodge attacks, so there's that. Plus, they mentioned how Ken is cocky and would rather just taunt his opponent rather than finishing him off. That's never a good thing to do. So that's kind of the main reason why I'm thinking that Terry might win, because Ken will be cocky and sort of laugh, and then Terry might just get one good hit in him. I don't know. I'm good with either one winning. I don't really have that much of an attachment to either character, so I'm good either way. But I'm just going to shut up and hit play now.
You know how it is.
I'm gonna play this
Researching
again just
characters
for
and making them
syncing
fight
up
to the
at
death
the-
is
at the end of it.
time-consuming. I don't have time to go to the store and make my own meals, but I also don't want to doom my existence to fast food.
Although I have to
sugar
admit, ever since I
Thankfully,
saw this
Blue
in Tracer
Apron
vs.
changed
Scout,
all
this
of that.
does seem like a
For
really good
less than
service.
$10 a meal, Blue Apron sends me seasonal recipes with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal comes with an easy step-by-step recipe.
I wonder
which
if there
can
is
be
a
prepared
service like that in the
40
UK.
minutes or less. This chicken stir-fry only took about 20. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free, with free shipping, by going to blueapron.com/battle. See for yourself how good it feels and tastes. to
That
cook
chicken
and
stir-fry
get
does
more
look really
home-cooked
good.
meals with Blue Apron. That's
Kind of a good thing I just had lunch.
blueapron.com/battle.
So,
But right now,
it's time for a death battle! There we go. I'm liking this. Hey, it's Dan and Blanca. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's Sakura.
Challenge me after some practice. Come on, show me what you're made of.
This animation looks really good. I love how Dan's still dizzy.
Here I go.
Ooh. Just missed. Oh, this is the same music from Ratchet and Clank vs. Jak and Daxter, isn't it?
Take this seriously.
I like this music. It's good. Ooh.
This'll
I love the faces. Oh my god! This fight is awesome! Oh god, Dan, he died again! Ooh. Is it over? Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Hit the ground. Oh. They're both still standing. Oh, Ken's bleeding a lot. Oh. Okay then.
Bummer. So, on the bright side, this means Eliza's single now, right?
Really?
Same what we're all thinking, Wiz.
I was not thinking that. I was thinking the fight was awesome.
Children, and each won their fair share of tournaments. However, Terry's sheer power proved too much for Ken to handle.
Outside of tourneys, Ken's most notable victories were usually only possible because he had help. Ken's taken down Zangief, Hugo, and Vega multiple times, who are extremely deadly in their own right, but they aren't nearly as heavy hitters as those on Terry's resume, like Krauser and Mars.
Duo cooled
Also,
it.
keeping up with and surpassing Jameen, who can effortlessly catch bullets, proves Terry can match someone over twice the speed of sound. Much faster than anything Ken's ever shown.
Man, when Eliza hears about this, she's gonna feel terrible.
The winner is Terry.
Congratulations, Terry. Okay, is the next time what I think it is?
I'm on Death Battle.
Oh!
Bet you're surprised to see me.
Yeah, actually.
Hey guys, I'm Chad.
Okay then.
I'm Ben, I play Wiz, and next time we've got Amy Rose versus... probably not
Someone.
me. You can find out who she's fighting first by sticking to our Twitter, that's @ScrewAttack. Speaking of first,
Okay.
you guys can watch all of our death battles and videos that we produce early by becoming a first member. So click the link in the description and start a 30-day free trial. Thanks guys.
I'm gonna talk about the next time in just a sec. Okay, something was still playing on my headphones there, so I had to edit that out. Okay, that animation. Wow. I think that might just be the best 2D fight we've had this season. It just seemed so epic. I love the faces on everyone where they were just like, ugh, because of how chaotic the fight was. I feel a little bad though that Dan died again. But, yeah, what can you do? Anyway, the next time, I did not expect Amy Rose. I guess that means I was wrong. So, I'm okay with that. Anyone who doesn't know, I thought that the next time was going to involve Blake from RWBY. Because the fight comes out at a very very specific time. It's the same week as the premiere of Volume 4, so I was thinking, oh, you never know, they might put a Ruby character in to highlight that. It also lines up with a few other things that made me believe that if it was Blake, maybe her opponent would be Mikasa from Attack on Titan. But it's not, so I'm good with that. And now I guess we just wonder who Amy's gonna fight. I've seen a lot of people suggest Harley Quinn, so that might be it. We never know. Of course, there is one other matchup that some have suggested. Not sure if it will be that, though. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and show subscribe if you want, and I'll see you later. Bye.